Here we go. This is day 5 of 7. We're trying to organize our homeschool, maybe for the first time. Maybe we're trying to reorganize if we've done this before. And as I record right now, it is the middle of March. You can do this anytime throughout the year, obviously, if you feel like you need to maybe revamp your plan for the year, or if it's springtime or even summertime. This is the time to take a whole week and follow this playlist. We've already covered the legal requirements of homeschooling and curriculum and clubs and extracurricular activities. This is day 5 of 7. This is probably the most important part of them all. It's about life management. Trust me, if you do not get this one right, your homeschool is in danger. Your desire, your mojo to homeschool, your motivation will be destroyed if you get this one wrong. If you don't take the time to plan your life, and by life I mean the meals. This is what we're going to do in this video. Meal prep strategy in the morning, home organization in the afternoon, and in the evening you're going to set up a chore system. Right? This whole playlist, all these videos every day, we're doing 3 different sessions, no overwhelm, 30 minutes each, morning, afternoon, and evening. By the end of this video, you will have received 3 quick actions, 3 quick wins that will give you a little bit of breathing room. Let's face it, life management is a large topic, so divide and conquer. This is what you need to do. So you're going to get these 3 quick wins, then 2 systems that will help you organize your meals and your home, and also a plan that you can apply no matter what age your children are to give them kitchen independence for their level. And what do I mean by kitchen independence? Believe it or not, if your children are really small, it's kind of hard to believe, but one day you will be able to say to your children, go into the kitchen and get breakfast on the table, or lunch, or dinner, or make sure you go into the kitchen and prepare a snack for your younger siblings or for yourself. Right? You tell this to your child that's older. That day is coming, and it shall not tarry. So let's start with the morning session. I just want to say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? Maybe you've heard that before. You cannot get this wrong. If you get this wrong, you will get overwhelmed. You will get upset. The house will be a mess. You will be hangry. Your children will be hangry. And you will have one of those horrendous days where you sit down and you question why you decided to homeschool. So that's why I'm saying this is probably the most important day in your 7-day week to prepare to homeschool. Organize your life. And by life, I mean the kitchen, the meals, right? The food that's in your kitchen, your pantry, in your refrigerator, and your home, the space where you're going to do homeschooling. And at the end of the day, you're going to come up with a chore system. Listen, we do not rise to the loftiness, the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. If you do not have a system in place for how food gets to your house, do you go to the grocery store once a week? Do you order and your supermarket delivers? Do you just go and do a curbside pickup? Do you leave it all to Amazon? And, the drones just bring it home. Um, excuse me. If you get to the point where you have a menu, you have a system for when you go to the grocery store and bring or maybe your husband does the shopping for you, that would be a great help. In my house, my husband does most of the shopping because he's out a lot and he offers to do it on his way home from work. He goes by a grocery store. So it worked out for us as a family. Maybe it doesn't for you guys. Every family is different. Every situation is different. So I'm giving you different options, but what you must set in place is, when do I get groceries? What is my menu for the week? What do I need to done now? What do I need to get done now so that we have snacks lined up for the week, so that we have maybe a lunch prep session once a week, so everything can be taken out of the refrigerator fast and put on the table. The other thing I want to encourage you to do is get an Instant Pot. I'm sure a lot of you already have that. It's not that, big of a deal. It's not sometimes people need to be told the most simple, the most basic things, the most basic pieces of advice. Let me tell you a story. I've been writing a blog about homeschooling since 2013. I also write a column for the local paper. And in my bio, in my column for the local paper, and I started that in 2011, 2 years before I started the blog. And in my bio, it says that I blog at homeschoolways.com, that I homeschool 2 children, and so on. I get comments, I get emails. They tell them how to contact me in my bio line. So people contact me based on what I write, right? Some of these people go to my blog. One of these ladies, one of the local readers of my local newspaper, read my article, saw that I have a homeschool blog, went there, downloaded the free ebook, which, by the way, you can do that too. That's a 21-day program to jumpstart your homeschool. It's a blue cover. If you go to homeschoolways.com, it's on the right side. This lady writes to me and she says, I'm in my 50s. My 2 daughters are out of the house. I raised them to study. I didn't put them in the kitchen at all. I wanted them to focus on their studies. And now they don't know how to be mothers and wives. Now, listen, there's a whole conversation about housework and who does what and the distribution of labor in a home. There's a whole conversation there. But traditionally, if you stay home with the children as the mom and you homeschool, a lot of the housework will fall on you and the children. If you do not bring an income into the home, traditionally, what are you left with? The home, right? So these young ladies, I don't know how old I don't know anything about the situation. This is a mom, probably a baby boomer, who's talking about her millennial or Gen X daughters. This is 10, 15 years ago, who did not know how to be mothers and daughters because she herself did not have them in the kitchen doing things. So she's sharing with me that she downloaded my free ebook and she was going to share it with her daughters just to give them some basics. And she said, you've got some really nice forms and some really nice systems in your download, and I'm going to share that with my daughters. Now, I don't know how the daughters received that. The mother never followed up with me. The point is, if you need some nudge in the right direction, you could start there. You could also do your own search and find a system that works for you. If you plan, then you will not fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You need a system for your meals, and that's what you're going to do in the morning. We're going to call it meal prep strategy. Come up with something that works for you. How about these ideas? Breakfast station setup. Can you set up something in the evening? Like where the bowls are lined up for cereal in the morning. The milk has to stay in the fridge overnight, obviously. But if you have one of those Tetra Pak, soy milk, almond milk, a lot of these nut milks that have not been opened, they can just sit on the kitchen counter. If you like room temperature vegan milk, which I happen to like that. A lot of people like it cold. Obviously, it's got to stay in the fridge overnight, or if it's open. How about you have some dry fruit already in there? If you've got pets in the home, if they roam around your kitchen, you probably don't want that. You probably don't want your the neighbor's cat just walked by the window. That's why I looked. You don't want open containers if your pets are roaming around. This is why I'm saying I'm giving you ideas. Some of them are going to seem basic, but there are people out there that have never been trained. They've never been told this is what you do in a kitchen, right? And so now they're fathers, their mothers, and their wives, and their husbands, and their homeschool parents. And the overwhelm is incredible. A lot of people who quit homeschooling, it's because they're tired of their home being dirty. They're tired of the overwhelming feeling of, oh, we finally had a good day in school, but then we were all hangry and yelling at each other because lunch wasn't ready. So who's supposed to do lunch? Well, you're it. You're the cafeteria director. You're the chef. You're the nutritionist. So take the morning session, 30 minutes, sit down and think, what's the easiest way for me to get groceries into my home? What's going to be the meal plan? There are individuals with very high IQ who cannot handle life. That's why I'm telling you, this is the most important day. Day 5, life management. Organize your meals, organize your house, the space that you're going to be in to homeschool. And in the evening, we're going to assign everybody a chore. We're going to implement a chore rotation of some sort, morning tasks, after lesson cleanup, after lunch cleanup. In the evening, we're going to reset and we're going to say, all right, let's look at tomorrow. Let's look at tomorrow. You do this, you do this. Remind everybody of what they're going to do. It takes 1 minute. It only takes 1 minute. Now, the quick win for you in the evening is going to be to assign next day's chores, right? And just to kind of get your feet wet, you're going to get resistance from the kids. You're going to get an attitude. They're going to say, why? They're going to say, why do I do this? And he gets to do that. So that whole conversation needs to happen. It needs to happen. And then you might have to do some tweaking to what you put on paper. Be flexible. Listen to your children's requests. You be the judge if they're valid or not. You are the parent. And then make a decision, and then everybody knows what they're supposed to do tomorrow. That was day 5 of 7. Very important, probably the most important. I'll see you in the next video.